happy Saturday. Today we have a new person in our family. Batman has come to visit.
No, it's basically just like, it's a dress. It's just a costume.
It's just a costume. But
Yeah.
did you know that Batman can do ballet?
Like, I'm missing like part of the family, but like, no Batman means it's I'm dressed as Batman.
Okay, right, go in there and show them how Batman does ballet. How does Batman do ballet?
Right. Yeah.
So what is Batman going to do? A plie first? Yes. And can you do a ballet jump too? And what else can you do?
I think that's enough.
Do you think that's enough? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you put these ballet shoes in your bag then? And do you want to explain why you're dressed as Batman?
Because last weekend we didn't have it.
No, but what is happening today that you have a costume on?
I go to dance class.
And what kind of dance? Is it the last dance class of the year? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are dressing up for the last class. Are you excited?
Happy hat. And my favorite thing.
Boys are all the way to dance class, so I'm about to set up my desk area. Today is going to be a working day for me. I'm going to be very productive, hopefully. So far, so good. It's about 11:15, I think. I've done all the designing of the new stuff, like those new kits I needed to make. And now I need to test them out, so I'm going to print them, cut them, and see how it goes. But I'm just going to start by cleaning up, well, tidying up my desk, so then I can work better. I usually work much more efficiently in a tidy space. Well, the desk area anyway. So that's what I'm doing. And I have always like a strategic way where my laptop is, my planner is, the cutting stuff. So I'm organizing everything so then I can get stuck in. I always watch stuff on my tablet while I work. I do find it, I know it may be contradictory for some, but I find I am more focused when there's something in the background than when I'm in complete silence. So I usually listen to music or just watch things. I keep some TV shows where I don't need to have my full attention on the show to follow all these kind of things, and I do watch a lot of reality TV shows. I've just finished to watch Big Brother from last night, and I'm going to watch Love Island. I want to do this, but yeah, I'm very motivated to have a very productive day, so fingers crossed it will work out. Also, we just received some more supplies to make Owen's birthday cake next week, and I'm gonna have to do some baking this weekend because for the teachers' gifts I bought some little gift boxes, and I'm gonna make some biscuits to send them biscuit boxes. I do like to put edible things for the gifts so then they don't have any leftover. I grew up with my two parents being teachers, and I remember at the end of the year the amount of stuff they were getting, and that was some of the stuff that were, I mean, it's a lot. When you have 30 kids in a class, it can add up very quickly, and so they always loved like pictures from children because that's easy to store, or edible things because that's, you know, once you've used it up, it's nice. It's a nice gift, but once you've used it, you don't have anything left over. My mom received quite a few plants that she planted in her garden, so it's, you know, there's quite a lot of things like that, but I always have that in mind whenever I give gifts. So either I give something very small size-wise, oops, sorry, my phone is going, or I give something edible. So this time it will be a box of biscuits. Good morning, happy Sunday. Guess where I am again? I'm back in the office. It's 9:15, and I have so far made, making biscuits for the teachers. The dough needs to sit in the fridge for at least 1 hour. 2 hours is better, so I thought I would do it first thing in the morning. I got some new orders during the night. They are not very big orders, and next week is mental. So I have the time to do them today. I don't like to work both days at the weekend, but it will take the pressure off next week a lot. I can't really do orders at the weekend because we have Owen's party on the Sunday, and on the Saturday I need to bake quite a challenging cake, so it's already pressure enough. and then we have quite a few medical appointments. I have friends coming over, so I don't want to add to the pressure. So I thought, you know what, we're home anyway, I'll just do those orders, so that's less to do next week, and then any order I get during the week, they can wait. My processing time is 1 to 2 weeks. Most of the time I ship in less than a week, but I like to have that possibility of not being late. I'd rather give a longer time when people order so they know what to expect and then ship earlier, than having to tell people, sorry, it's going to be late. So at least people only order if they are ready to wait up to 2 weeks. I've never been to the 2 weeks yet. Usually I'm around just under a week, but there I have orders from today, will be ready today and posted tomorrow, so it's quite unusual that it's that fast, but I prefer to do it that way. With kids and unpredictable things, I don't want to disappoint customers, so that's the way I'm doing it for now. Right, so I've been baking. There's still a mess there. These are for the teachers, so I've got little boxes with some lids, and I'm going to put a ribbon on. I've made some mini ones for them, and then there's some bigger ones for us here. More bigger one cooling down, and then that was left over, though they are a bit overdone these ones, but I've made the choice. Yeah, so hopefully they like it. I'm just going to bring them tomorrow. But there's loads of fingerprints everywhere, because they are freshly made and then keep longer, so they can have them later if you want, but at least I'm just bringing them as fresh as possible. That's one good thing done. I'm going to bring this to Owen. I've told him to close his eyes. He's asked me if the biscuits I made we could have were bigger. Open your eyes.
Are you? Okay.
Do you like it?
Yes, Louie.
Yeah. Good morning and happy Monday. Never finished the vlog yesterday, but it's the next day. I've just dropped Owen off in school. We've brought the teacher's gifts and his invitation for his party. We delivered the ones of the people in the estate yesterday evening, and I'm off to the post office to post my orders, and I'm going to come back home. We have the window cleaner coming, and I realized when I got back to the car, oh, a lot of the windows are open in the house, so I had to go around, close everything. So we're off to the post office and then back home, and it's a busy week this week, and I'm feeling a bit stressed out. The beginning of the week is not too bad, but towards the end it gets absolutely crazy. So yeah, I'm a bit stressed, and the week after is the same. So, but I need to relax, because there are nice things in there and all that, but I will talk to you about those a little bit later on. Good morning and happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I didn't continue vlogging yesterday because Alfie was being a handful, but I realized later on in the afternoon that 2 of his very back teeth cut through the gum. We kind of were suspecting he was teething for a while, because he always had his finger to the side and was chewing on it, and he was drilling more, and he was just irritable, let's say. My friend Therese is arriving now, so I'm just gonna make it quick for now. But 2 of them cut through, and he only has the 2 last top ones, so hopefully when this is done he gets a bit of a break and we get a bit of a break too. But yeah, so Therese is coming now to play with Tilda, her youngest, to play with Alfie, and I'm looking forward to a social interaction with somebody who is not a child a lot. And then this afternoon it's probably going to be quite quiet, because the rest of the week is busy, so I'm going to need some quiet time. Good morning and a happy Tuesday. No, happy Wednesday. I'm really confused. Welcome to another lovely summery day in Northern Ireland. I'm going to show you now. I don't know how much you can see through the window, but it's basically raining a lot. It's 9:20. I've just made Owen's lunchbox, and I'm just going to do something because I don't need to do it right now, but it's just things are taking over for the party as we buy them, and I just want to pack some of the stuff I can pack that are ready to go, to so then they are in a bag or in a basket to bring to the party. I have this gigantic bag of wotsits to add to the party bag, and the party bag in the bag like this, so I'm going to fill all the party bags with these. So that's the party bags all done, and I can put them in a box or something and put them away and just leave the box to go to the party. Hello, it's Thursday. I keep meaning to say it's Friday because I feel like a Friday in my head. Owen has his last day at school today, and once I pick him up, that's him off for the summer. and for some reason it just makes me feel like a Friday. It is freezing today as well. It's very cold outside, it's very grey and dull, and the heating, we have a thermostat, so it kicks in just whenever the temperature drops too low, and it keeps, the radiators keep kicking in. I've had a cardigan on, long trousers, socks. I'm just cold. And I just wanted to briefly talk to you as briefly as I can. I have tried to film this clip so many times, but every time I end up talking for 15-20 minutes, and I don't realize until I look at the timer. I will be making more in-depth video about this, but it was important for me to mention this in the vlog because over the next, well, from tomorrow really, and over the next 2 weeks, James and I are going to have a lot of medical appointments, and I just wanted to mention something because I don't want you to worry. I know a lot of you watch these vlogs, and I've been doing so for years, well, yes, 2 years, and I don't want anyone to feel like there's suddenly something going on. James's appointments are all cancer related and neurology related, but which is really linked with the chemo. The cancer is not back, don't worry about this. All these appointments are just routine appointments he gets every year or every 6 months or every 3 months, to make sure that the cancer is not back, and if it was back they can act very quickly. So he is being checked up very regularly and very thoroughly every time. So it just happens that all the appointments always fall, it's usually around end of June, beginning of July, and then end of November, beginning of December. They all fall within the space of 2-3 weeks, and it's madness every time. But then on top of that, so that's for James, so don't worry, all the appointments are just checkups basically, that's all it is. And the neurology appointments are all to try and get him some help to deal with the side effects he has from the chemo. He had a very bad allergic reaction to some of the chemo drugs, and it has damaged his nervous system a lot, so he's having a lot of issues with that, which we can live with every day, but it's the kind of thing that, yes, we can accept, but if we can get help and we can improve them, of course we will. So that's what they are attempting to do with him. Now, for my side of the appointments, I'm going to try and be as brief as I can there, and that's the part where I can't. It's just very hard to sum up what has happened over the last 2 months regarding this. As you know, I've started to see the physio. I'm following a treatment plan with the physio, following some issues with Alfie's birth, and not the birth itself, the birth was fine, it's just the postpartum time. I didn't rest because James was in the hospital. I've been driving back and forth. I did not have any rest. I was under a lot of stress for the year after, and I was on the go constantly, and I was on autopilot, and I didn't listen to my body, and I ended up damaging my body a lot by not. I was under the effect of adrenaline, I think is the best way to put it, because it was all go, 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 and it was such a crazy year. When I think about it again, I'm thinking, how did we go through this? I have no idea. It was horrible. I'm not going to say it was horrible, but when you are in it was kind of a crisis situation, you don't think, you just act, and you think after, and this is what I've done, and my body is paying for it now. So anyway, I've been seeing that physio, and the first time I went to see her, she did like a general health checkup kind of thing, and whenever it came to talking about, do you have any digestive issues, I explained to her the various things I had, and she looked at me like if I had just told her every morning I grow a unicorn horn out of my head. And she looked at me and she said to me, Julie, you are 32, you have 2 young children, how can you live like this? Until then, I didn't realize, I think, because I'm so used to my issues, I'm so used to live with them, and because I was told the last time everything was investigated and I've seen all the specialists and all that about it, and I was diagnosed, I was basically told, this is the way things are, we know what you have, this is what it is, and we don't have a treatment for it. It's just, it cannot be cured, something you need to learn to live with, but you can help by treating the symptoms when they happen, which is what I have been doing. For a long time I was given medication to control my bowels completely, and it has made things a lot worse to take that medication. So I made the decision to stop the medication and to just learn to live with it, because I'm thinking if I'm living with rubbish bowel anyway, I might as well not put a lot of tablets in my body if they don't make me better and they actually make me worse. So now I can go a week with no issues, and then suddenly it will flare up. And I mean, you've probably seen from the vlogs, I've had some pretty bad weeks lately, and I think my physio was not happy with that decision of saying, well, there's nothing we can do for you, therefore just live with it. So she started to investigate a lot of things that could be done, and she came up with some ideas. Because she's a physio and these are linked with my bowel, she could not, like, she didn't have the authority, I'm guessing, to sign the treatment off. It had to be done by the specialist who follows me for my bowel issues. And he okayed everything and he signed everything. So I am going to be starting some new treatments. These I will talk about later on once I know a bit more about them myself and I've tried them for a while and all that. I will definitely be making some sort of video to explain about what I've gone through with that and the outcome, because I'm currently trying to research this myself, because it is something that can sound a little bit scary whenever you first hear about it. I would have liked to have information from people who have used these treatments, have lived with this and all that, and I can't find any. I can't find any people talking, like making videos about it and all that. And it was the same at the time when I researched for my gastric band. It was at the time YouTube wasn't big. There was not as many people making videos, and I couldn't find anything about it. And that's the reason why I had made my videos about the band. So I want to be able to make this video after for the people who are like me. They are young and suffer from issues that are usually attributed to older people, because they do happen to a lot of young people. And there I was surprised when they told me that there's so many young people who have issues like this. The only thing is that you don't talk about it, because you can go in the street and meet somebody and say, oh, I have a headache today, and nobody will judge you for this. But if you go in the street and say, hi, yeah, I nearly didn't make it to the toilets today, you can't say things like that. Or, oh, I have really bad diarrhea today. You can't say that. Or I'm really constipated today. You can't say that. You know, it's not socially acceptable when technically it's just another health condition which is as impacting as a headache, and sometimes even more than some other conditions people talk about. So my point is, I don't want to talk to everyone about my bowel habits, it's not that, but I want to be able, even if, like I said for my bowel videos, if that video I will make can help one person who goes through this to even feel more normal about living with this, or feel a bit reassured about the treatment, or have a genuine idea of what the treatment is like, but you know, anything like that, it's worth it. Even one person. This is the way I've been thinking for my channel all along, and it's been working perfectly for me. I get what I want out of it, and some people may get what they want out of it too, so that's perfect. Anyway, I'm rambling, it's getting very long. So what's happening is, sorry, on top of my physio appointment, so my physio appointment, just to clarify, because I know some people keep saying to me, why do you go to the hospital for the physio, is it that bad? But it is pretty bad. But in other countries, like France for example, my sister is a physio, so that's how I know. In France you would just go to see the physio themselves, because they work either in the community or they work, some of them work in a hospital, but you wouldn't go to the hospital unless it was serious. In France, if you were like me, you were referred, you wouldn't go to the hospital, you would go to just a physio surgery, and they would deal with it there. It happens that the physio clinics in my area anyway are based in the hospital. That's all it is. So when I go to the hospital for the physio, it's just because that's where they work. And then I also, on top of that, I'm going to be, all my treatments are coordinated by a nurse whose job it is to work with people who have, it's all bowel issues, and who need to use some different types of equipment. And they, like with any kind of treatment like this, which is, it's not complicated, but it has to be done at precise times, it's precise way, there's a protocol to follow. you need to have some training in it to make sure it's done safely, because it's done at home. It needs to be done safely. So tomorrow I'm going to the physio. You okay, Alfie? Then on Monday morning I am going to meet with this nurse and get a training to make sure everything is done properly, and explain to me how everything is going to work and all that. And then I will continue. Physio will happen probably over the next few years, regularly, and then for that I don't know the full protocol yet, but I have a few appointments booked already for that. So altogether it just makes a lot of hospital and medical appointments, and this is a really long clip to make sure you do not worry. All these appointments are happening for a good reason. It's for us to get help or to make sure we are out of danger for James's side. So fear not, loads of medical appointments, but we're fine, really. We are fine, and we might be even better if those treatments work, so who knows. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the rambling for now. This afternoon one of my friends is coming over with her son. She was there last week, and Owen got on really well with her son, so it means we can have a cup of tea and chat, and they can play. Oh, there's a hole under my arm, like in my armpit seam. Can you see that? I need to sort that out. Anyway, she's coming over, and the boys can play, and then yeah, it's the end of the school year, and tomorrow physio for me. The boys are going to their grannies in the meantime, and the rest of the week is birthday party prep and birthday party on Sunday. So I'll probably have a vlog of the weekend then coming. Anyway, I'll stop rambling for now, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.